Hey, hello to all the members of the Shave Marketplace. I'm making this video today to show you how I use one of my scuttles. I'm going to be using a silver tip badger. It's a 28mm loft or knot that I made myself. This is porcelain. And today I'm going to be using the Strop Shop Barber Shop with Tallow Special Edition shaving cream. I've noticed I really like this cream. It's a little bit harsh on your skin. It's like the first few shaves that I had with it, it caused a bit of irritation, but you know, third, fourth shave, you know, I've probably gotten used to the chemical composition of it, and probably my I have gotten used to the lather, the cushioning that it makes, so it has made up for a better shave. I'm going to be using a digital thermometer. With this, I'm going to be taking the temperature of the scuttle when I pour the hot water in, and I'm going to be taking the temperature of it at the end of the shave, so you guys can see, you know, how nice and warm your lather can get and stay. I'm going to be using a Russian shell. This is a vintage, an antique strop that I bought. I got it for $50. It was in bad condition. It was new though, but there was a, you know, it had been folded for, I don't know, for 50, 60, 70 years. I don't know how long. And there was a crease here in the middle, so I had to treat it with some neat's foot oil, you know, and iron it, steam it, put it in the sun because it had some fungus spots here and there, so I had to wash that off, had to clean with some alcohol, and there's nothing better to kill fungus than sunlight, UV rays. That's the best thing to kill them. I have this other strop. This one is a 3-inch strop. It has its good things for a lot of beginners because you don't need to do the X stroke, but well, you actually need to do the X stroke. Somebody was telling me why, because this right here at the end, where you see these two bolts, this bolts right here make this cup at the end. So I don't know if the camera can take this, but as I'm going up, in the middle, the whole blade is being stropped. But right here, 3/4 of the way, only the center of the blade is, you know, getting stropped. This one is from Star Shaving. It's a decent strop. I had another Russian shell strop before, and I sold it. And it's one of those things like you never appreciate what you have until you don't have it anymore. And it was so good. I mean, it almost honed your razor on the strop, although that's not what this strop's supposed to do. This one is a 2.5-inch strop. A lot of people don't want this because, oh, you have to do the X stroke, but really this X stroke is not that big of a deal. You start with the heel of the razor here at the bottom, and naturally your hand motion is supposed to go this way. So if you see, like most of the times when you go like this, your hand tends to, you know, divert to the edge. So when you come back, now you start with the tip, come back, and because the hand is getting close to your chest, it's going like this, like this. So it's not that big of a deal. The treatment that they use on the leather, it's much better. If you hear this, you can almost listen to some sandpaper like, you know, ringing from the blade. This one, you don't hear that as much. So I'm not going to be shaving with this. This is a Henkel's. It's a Freodor. It's a stainless steel razor. I made the scales this myself. I'm going to be using a razor that I think is much better. Bought it for cheaper. It is not as pretty or as flashy as the Henkel's. It is a Griffon carbon magnetic. And again, I'm going to be using the Russian shell strop. You can buy this on eBay used. Honestly, I don't recommend them. I mean, I like them, I will buy another one, but most people that buy on eBay, you cannot really tell what you're going to get. The leather might look fine, but when you get it, it might be all dry, might be cracked. You never know what type of condition they are in. I mean, on a picture, you wouldn't be able to tell if this razor like cupped, or if it was cracked in the back, or how good the linen, how good of a condition. On this strap, I don't really use the linen. I do like the linen, but you know, with the leather, it's more than enough. So here we go. So right now, I don't know if the camera can see this. This is an empty scuttle, and that measures 72 Fahrenheit. And if you live in Canada or everywhere else but the United States, those are 22 centigrades, 22 degrees, 22 centigrades. So I'm gonna go ahead, pour some water from the tap. Actually, allow me to get that to get a little bit hotter. Okay, that's good. So let's measure the temperature right now. That's 35 degrees, and I'm measuring that at a distance of about 10 inches. Now and that's equivalent to 95 degrees, 95 Fahrenheit. So usually with towel soaps like this, I do let them soak a bit, and I'm gonna start stropping my razor. Might be going a little bit fast, so don't mind it. Oh, one thing that I almost forgot. In the last few days, I've been using pure glycerin as a pre-shave. I've tried shaving oils. To be honest, they don't really work for me. They never really settle on my skin. My skin is kind of oily and greasy. So they just kind of sit on top, they don't really penetrate my beard. And you can tell by my mustache that even though my beard is not really dense, it's real thick. So that presents a challenge. So some of that. And I'm not a fan of soaking badger brushes. I don't recommend it, it's not necessary. I mean, I don't let it soak. I mean, I do get it wet. And whatever little water that sat on top of the puck, I pour it inside the scuttle, and on the lid of this, he recommends doing like 30 or 40 seconds, of circular brush strokes. and I always follow the manufacturer's recommendation because they know better. They made the product, and they should know, or they should give you really good tips on how their product works best. So as you see, I don't really let it form like a dense lather. The soap it's not really that hard. It's not really that soft. So if you see my finger there, it pushes and moves it aside. But it's not something you can just grab with your finger and it's not a cream. I mean, and there's like a couple of soaps in the market that advertise themselves as creams or as crops or something like that. You know, like a mixture between cream and soap, like consistency in the middle. This one right here, it's from Austria, and I think it's pronounced Esbjerg. I'm Mexican, so I don't know any better. This one, you can see it's harder than the cream, but a lot softer than an actual soap. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my lather, and after that we're gonna take the temperature of the lather. A couple drops of water there. What I did notice too about this soap, it requires a little bit more water than used with most other creams. I mean, this is my second experience with hard soap. So the other one is like, you know, whatever cheap soap you can get from Rite Aid. So my lather is ready. You can see right there, pretty dense. And then we're going to take the temperature once again. That's 93.5, or actually, yeah, it's around 93. Now let's start shaving. So I'm only going to do a 2-pass shave, and I forgot to get a towel in here. Okay, wait a moment, I'll be back.